Hey guys, welcome to our new episode of the Sneak Peek podcast. I'm Cydney.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Cydney.
I'm Hannah.
And today we're going to talk about all things reality TV. So we're going to start off with a really easy question, kind of see where you guys are at. What's your favorite reality show?
Ooh, right now I think my favorite is Temptation Island.
Ooh, tell me more. What's it about?
So the general premise of the show is that we take, or I say we, the show.
Hey, it's yours. You're a fan.
I've just,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
I've grown a kinship to it. No, so they take four couples that have been in like long-term relationships, usually anywhere from like 2 to even like 8 years. And they're at like a crossroads in this relationship and they're not sure if they want to keep going. And so they bring them to this island and they separate the men and the women. And it's the four girls and the four guys are put in 2 different villas. And they're forced to live with 12 single men and women and go on dates with these men and women in order to decide if they want to leave with their original partner or if they want to find someone new. And it is horrible. It's awful. It's dramatic, it's messy, but it's also really entertaining. Yeah.
Gosh. All right. Cydney?
My favorite show is Vanderpump Rules.
Ooh,
Or
okay.
RuPaul's Drag Race, but I feel like
Ooh, okay.
Vanderpump Rules is more like reality.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So what are you in it for? Like the drama, the comedy?
yeah.
What is it?
For sure the drama. I, 2 years ago, really got into it, and I watched
Ooh.
the first, 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And fell off, but then the whole Scandival thing happened. We can delve into that, but it will take the entirety of the 30 minutes that we have. So unfortunately, I don't think we can do that today. I'll take questions in the comments down below. But when that happened, I went backwards. So I started at, I think it's season 10 right now, and I went 10, 9, 8. So I worked my way back, and then my Peacock subscription ended, so I have to buy it again.
Well, Peacock just announced $1 for students. $1 a month.
Okay, so for the next 5 months I have left, I'm gonna really utilize that.
You gotta go. You gotta go. What about you, Hannah?
Anything in the Bachelor franchise. This past season of The Bachelorette was actually really good, and usually I don't love The Bachelorette because the guys are crazy. But actually, most of them were pretty normal this season, so I enjoyed it.
How do you feel about the Golden Bachelor coming up?
I really thought they were going to go someone like 50s, not like 75.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I don't know about that romance on TV. We'll see.
No, I'm definitely interested. Gavin, you gasped.
I did see that this was a thing when I was researching for the episode, I guess. I'm not a Bachelor fan.
Okay.
I have not seen The Bachelor ever. But when I saw that they were doing the Golden Bachelor, my first thought was, why?
Yeah, I thought it was a joke. I saw
Yeah.
the
Fair.
commercial and I thought it was a joke.
I was a little surprised that they did the old people Bachelor before they did like a gay Bachelor.
Oh.
Good.
That's tea.
That kind of surprised me a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that is so fair,
I
actually.
knew that this was happening. I didn't know he was 75.
I know.
Yeah.
He may not be 75, but he's like in his 70s.
He's around there. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And a lot of the contestants are in their 70s, but it ranges from I think late 50s to 70s.
I would say what's the point, but even on a normal season of The Bachelor, the relationships really don't last that long
Yeah.
anyway. So
right.
that will have to unfortunately probably do them part in this scenario.
That is so
At
fair.
least they'll keep their vows.
Real.
I mean, I will say I think it could be interesting. I think that these may be people that are really I feel like when you get to the late 70s, I mean, I'm not I'm not in my 70s, so I can't speak from experience, but I would imagine that maybe it's a little bit more pressure to find someone at that
That's
point.
true.
And so
That's true.
I wonder if they'll be more competitive
Yeah.
about it.
And they'll have more wisdom.
More wisdom,
Yeah, I wonder if
Like-
it'll be as dramatic as
Right.
the young 20-somethings.
Right.
I think it absolutely will.
Really?
have to
Okay.
be. No,
That's
it-
true.
that's-
That's true.
Where was I going with that? Oh yeah,
Okay.
I wonder if it's gonna be kind of in MILF Manor, how out of nowhere they randomly say the widow in MILF Manor, where it's a random
yes.
sob story. It doesn't make sense for you to be that upset in MILF Manor. How are they gonna half these people have to be widows, the other half have to just be lunatics who never got married? Why are they 70 and never been in a relationship? Obviously something's wrong with you. So it's gonna be a really crazy cast, I think.
Okay.
I think the other thing that'll be interesting is that often when you go on The Bachelor, it's because you don't really know what you want. And so I'm interested, but when you're 70, I have to imagine by now you've figured out what you want
you've
out of a
lived
partner.
enough life.
You have to know.
Or it's
So
or maybe
how's that
everyone
gonna
hates them.
play? That It's
Everyone-
true.
They
Crazy.
suck. Yeah, they
It's true.
suck.
Well, moving on from The Bachelor, my favorite reality show is The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh,
I
so
have
good.
been doing a crazy rewatch with all my friends, so that's been really fun. So if you haven't seen The Beverly Hills, you got to get on it.
Have you seen
It's
Salt Lake?
crazy. No.
They're all Mormon, so it's crazy.
Girl.
Yeah.
That's the next one.
Yeah.
That's the next one.
Yeah.
I love the Dallas one because I'm from Dallas,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
these women will say, "Oh yeah, I'm from Dallas," and they're from like Frisco, and not Dallas at all.
And you're like,
and
"Girl, I know
that's
the
a pet peeve
geography."
for me.
That's so fair. That's
Are you
so
from
fair.
real Dallas? Dallas? Yeah.
She's the real one.
Dallas proper.
Gosh. Well, I know that we kind of got into a little bit of the tea with Cydney and Vanderpump Rules, but does anyone have any hot takes about reality TV that they want to air out?
I'm just excited to see Brayden on Bachelor in Paradise because
Ooh.
for y'all, since I did any of y'all
I
watch this
haven't.
last season?
I
Okay.
Not
haven't.
this last
Okay.
season, no.
So Charity was the Bachelorette, and then there was this one guy who's on it for way too long. His name was Brayden, and he was
Ooh.
crazy. At first, I thought he was cool, like artsy. He wore a lot of
Yeah,
earrings and
okay,
scarves.
we can
and I was
work
like,
with it.
He's cute. He has potential, and then he was crazy. I think he was 24, so on the younger side for the Bachelor or Bachelorette, but just he would start fights with some of the other guys. He was dramatic. He like for the longest time he was like, yeah, I don't know that I want to end this in an engagement, which is literally the whole point of the show. And so I'm really curious to see, like, has his mind changed for Bachelor in Paradise, or is he just trying to, like, hook up?
That's
Ooh.
I'm excited to see that. That's
You got anything?
interesting.
Me? Hot takes. I think, you already mentioned MILF Manor. I think I'd argue that that's up there with like the most unethical show on television.
Absolutely. It's not a hot
At the
take.
moment.
That's the truth.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I think that might be already
I think
generally
that's just
accepted.
a lukewarm take.
I have a hot take.
Okay.
I think we need to become a little bit more original in like our shows because
Yeah.
they're all like dating shows are all like something island or something like Bachelor in Paradise. You're on a random island.
True.
Yeah.
Naked and Afraid in Love.
You're
about
on
the
an
desert?
island.
What about the desert?
Yeah,
a dating
stick
show
them-
in the desert.
Yeah.
Or stick them
Like, I
out-
feel like that would be sick.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of water. It's hot. It's sunny.
I just forget that,
Let's
like,
find
I just
love.
don't understand why
there
it's
are
always an
more
island.
reality TV shows than dating shows.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Real.
you asked me what my favorite, it's actually probably Dance Moms, but I forget
Yes.
that's reality TV.
Dance Moms
Yes.
is reality, yeah.
I've been
So.
planning a Dance Moms rewatch recently, so I need
So
to get
good.
back on that.
So good.
So good.
I think if y'all are looking for one that's not dating, I'll plug one. My dad loves this show, or I don't know if he loves it. He watches it very frequently. Called Alaskan Bush People.
Yes.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
And it
Ooh.
is fascinating.
It's very good.
I don't know if it's on A&E or is it's on
Yeah,
something.
I think it's Annie.
But it's about this like family that lives in like the Alaskan bush wilderness, and they have like no outside technology besides like the camera equipment, and they have like this crazy culture that they've developed over the years, and it's very interesting.
In that same vein, Duck Dynasty. Have you guys seen it?
Oh boy.
I've
They're the
seen
ones
Duck
where last
Dynasty.
names are Robertson, right?
Yes.
Okay, whenever I tell people, well, not all the time, but like a lot of times when I tell people my last name, they're like, "Oh, like Duck Dynasty," and I'm like, "I've never
I
watched
eat
it."
Duck Dynasty up for dinner. I went and when I lived in Mississippi, I went
Yeah.
and met like the son, John Luke.
Ooh.
I met him at the mall.
Oh,
I got his
okay.
autograph. Yeah.
Like accidental?
No, he
or-
was having a meet and greet at
Okay,
the mall.
okay.
And I went
You went for the purpose.
to a meeting him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, fair enough.
Yeah. So,
That's so funny.
It's an interesting show.
Yeah. One thing I did want to bring up in the vein of a show that's not a dating show, but this does have to do with a celebrity couple. What do we think? Will Timmy be on the next season of The Kardashians?
I hope so. I really hope so.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
But-
don't.
What?
Okay. I need to hear both sides.
You can go.
Yeah.
So for the longest time I really liked him, and then I've heard
Yeah.
he's a nightmare to work with, like on set, and I cannot remember. Oh, my friend, she told me that one of her like family friends is a hairdresser or something for celebrities,
Yeah.
and somehow like I don't know if she
Yeah.
worked with Timmy or worked with someone who knew him, but apparently he's just never on time, never learns his lines. So I don't know if that's true, but if it is,
Dang.
gross.
Timmy.
And I mean, Kylie could eat him for dinner. I mean, she's
Fair.
I don't know.
This is my hot take.
I don't know.
I kind of like them together.
Really?
I agree.
Why?
I don't know. There's just something about their auras that for me, it just works.
Okay.
Like when I saw them, I love what was happening at a Beyonce concert? No, you're at a Beyonce concert.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Pay attention to Beyonce.
Exactly. Like, let's get it together. But honestly, like, I wasn't like, I was confused as to how we got here, but I wasn't confused about it. But also, I was a Pete and Kim fan. So maybe
Okay.
that.
Same vibes.
yeah.
So like
Same
same
vibes.
vibes.
I
So
don't know.
yeah.
I think Kylie and Timmy make more sense than Pete and Cam.
I do
think,
agree.
Okay.
I agree with that.
I think that, you know.
It's Yeet Skirt. I just realized.
Yeah.
They're both in it now. Yeet Skirt.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. I feel like with Timmy, I love his actual talent. I think he's a very
Yeah.
talented actor. But I do think it is a little funny that I think, we've kind of culturally not babyfied him, but like,
Baby fine.
everyone
Yeah.
is like, oh, I love Timmy. Like,
Yeah.
he's just a
Yeah.
little baby. Like, I love him so much. And I feel like he's never done anything to actually reinforce that.
Right.
So this seems like it's kind of a blindside. Like, oh my God, Timmy is making out with Kylie Jenner at Beyonce. But at the same time,
And smoking a ciggy at Beyonce.
okay, to be fair, this is the same Timmy that was caught making out with Lily Rose Depp in the hot tub not even a year
That's
ago.
True.
That is true.
This is the...
That's true.
I just think he's so untouchable, and like I would see him dating someone like I don't know, not to like be Dave Portnoy, but like Dave Portnoy always says that he should be dating somebody like Zendaya, and I couldn't agree more. Like somebody on Zendaya's level, they're at the same level. Like they're
Yeah.
A-list
I think-
actors.
Like Kylie's not on that level.
No,
to
Kylie
me.
is like respectfully, like I sit here and defend reality TV with my whole chest. Like I know I love it. Like, I think it's real TV. The Kardashians is not like top tier TV. Like she's not a top tier celebrity as far as class. She's a more classy Kardashian, I think.
Okay.
I kind of disagree. I think that
I did too.
Zendaya's a little too mature, a little too
yeah.
well-rounded
Timmy?
professionally for Timmy.
Really?
I think that Timmy.
Shake it up.
Okay, well, she's got
Tasty
humble
undercover.
beginnings. She's had humble beginnings. Okay. No, I feel like Timmy is very clearly interested in like the like bad boy, like I do what I want persona. Like I don't know where we
Yeah.
got this idea that Timmy is just this like really mature, like ready to settle down and be with someone like professional.
He's
and
27.
He
Yeah.
pretends to be
Like,
French.
let him live.
Exactly.
And so that's why, like, when I think of a French person, I think of like like
No one even says his name correctly.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Timothée.
I like
Timothée.
his name just looks so fancy. Like despite anything, like he just looks like a high class citizen.
Okay.
I think he should be British.
Yeah,
I
I
just
don't
look at
like-
him and I see a British person.
He actually
Like,
shouldn't be American at all.
No.
That's what I've decided.
He's not American.
No.
He made that up.
So that's why they shouldn't be dating.
Yeah. Hey.
And why I don't want to see him on the show is 'cause, like I said, he's too untouchable. Like seeing him in that, like,
True.
like that would be like I would have to probably throw
Yeah.
up. Like I don't know if I could see him like, in that.
I imagine it being. I know it probably wouldn't be, but I imagine it would be like him kind of getting dragged around like a little dog. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if this makes sense. I feel like
Kinda
he would
like a
become an
Travis
accessory.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like Travis on the show. I feel like Travis is very much like there for Courtney, which is like period, but like it's also like Travis Barker. Like, come on, like
Right.
Yeah.
he's good in his own right. So it's like it'd be interesting to see. I kind of imagine. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the Pete and Kim scene where she's like, "Babe, you want to come take a shower with me?"
Yeah.
I want to see Timothy and Kylie have their own kind of shower moment. Like, not like actually have a shower, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, have that, like, just one-off scene. I feel like it'd be funny.
I just don't,
I don't
see
know.
it.
Yeah?
I feel like reality TV stars and then actual actors are just not on the same level for me. So it's weird seeing them in the same environment. Like,
Yeah.
I forget that we're all on the same planet in the same
Yeah.
universe, and like they just seem so far away.
Well, that's what I'm like. I love reality, and if I met like a reality TV star, I'd freak out.
Yeah,
the same
for
way I would
sure.
freak out if I met a non like. I freak out when I meet anybody who has like 5 more followers than me on Instagram.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
really, I am not a good like scale of this.
Mhm.
But like, I just think there's never a world where a reality TV star would be dating a celebrity.
Yeah,
Like,
especially as big as he is.
that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Respectfully.
I agree.
I get it. All right, well, pivoting from the Kardashians, because
You're very passionate about
I love the Kardashians. Okay, that's probably, honestly, that is probably that's probably top 3 reality shows for me.
Okay.
But we're gonna move forward now.
Okay.
We have to.
What are your thoughts on kind of like the reality boom right now? Like, we're getting a lot of reality content, obviously to do with the strike, but I feel like before the strike too, it's been a real push to have reality television. Any takes on that?
Well, I think the popularity of dating shows has, like, really affected that because I feel like most of the shows that are new are dating shows.
That's so fair.
Like, my roommates will watch Too Hot to Handle, Love Island. There's so many more. I mean,
So
partial to
many.
Bachelorette, but whatever.
Love is Blind season 5's coming out
Yes.
soon. Like, that's a crazy one
Can't
that keeps
stand
going.
that show.
I
But
agree.
like, there was one even in Austin. I can't remember if it was
Oh,
pre-COVID.
20-something.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
loved it. I ate that up.
That was
because
good.
I was like, I live there. I
Yeah.
live there. I was so excited. But I think it's just because, I mean, like anything, that's what's popular now. So people are
Yeah.
just going to keep making it. And if it ever becomes irrelevant, we're just going to have so many of these stupid
Yeah.
TV shows.
Not to be RTFy, but they're also a lot like cheaper to make. So like that's what a lot of
Okay.
like networks are really leaning into that because they're cheap to make and everyone like watches them. It's like a guilty pleasure.
Like, they're
Everyone loves them,
interesting.
And my boss the other day was actually telling me that whenever the strike happened in was it 2007, 2006,
Yeah.
Yeah, 2008.
that they remember that right after that there was a big boom in unscripted, like
Oh,
a
okay.
huge boom. So it's probably gonna happen again with like now,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just like that's what networks have to like switch to, or they're
Yeah.
gonna go under. So
I agree.
I feel like I've noticed a weird trend as of recent
Okay.
with reality TV where it kind of seems like most reality television shows are really trying to push for 2 ends of the same extreme.
Okay.
Where they're either trying to be as trashy and in bad, like as bad taste as they can possibly
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
or they're trying to like really convince you that this is like a social experiment. It's not reality television. We're doing this in the name of science. I don't know how many of you have seen like
Yeah.
The Ultimatum,
Yeah.
or even Love is
Yes.
Blind is another example where it's
Totally.
like they're constantly trying to reinforce to you that like
or too
this
hot to
is
handle.
too hot to handle. It's like this is a social experiment.
Yeah.
This is more
Yeah.
sophisticated than just your typical reality TV.
Yeah.
And it comes across as just
It's
so
also the use of like they always use AI to do that.
Ugh,
It's always like an
Yes.
AI
The
voice.
circle.
The circle, yes.
Isolating people and like
Yeah.
having them text the whole
You know,
time.
like, the point
Totally
is
like
to
that.
make you understand communication better, babes. No, it's not. It's a good trashy entertainment.
Go to Moody
Yeah.
College.
Mhm.
Go to Moody College. All right.
yeah.
Okay. No, that is so fair. But I kind of hear like a lot of like talk about like specifically like I feel like social experiments, but also like dating shows. But what do you guys think about like game shows? Like I feel like we're kind of falling off of like competition
Big
reality, but
Brother
also
reality.
not.
Big Brother and
That's
RuPaul's
true.
Drag Race are top
But
two
those
for
are
me.
like legacy shows. I feel like Amazing
Yeah.
Race is like a
Oh,
legacy show,
yeah.
which it was affected by the pandemic, obviously. But like I feel like I think it's coming back. Or like
I
Top
think
Chef.
So. I think it's currently airing.
Like I feel like those are all like legacy TV shows. At least how I
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah.
But what do
Like,
you
they're
guys
not
think?
making more.
Right? Or
Is
like
that-
Jeopardy. Like we still got like
Yeah.
Jeopardy's been going on for so
Jeopardy.
long.
Game Show
but-
Network.
That's true.
They're
I
They're
love
still
them.
going on.
Yeah.
But do we feel like we're moving away from that more into these social experiments, or like do we feel like those are still going strong?
I think our generation.
Yeah.
I think the old people still like love watch. My mom
I-
still watches
Sure.
like not mommy, you're not old. like
Shannon.
like the generation who's like what they were made for. Because at the beginning of television, we learned that
Yeah.
like these game shows and stuff and like soap operas and like all these like daytime televisions were made for like people who like worked from home or like worked,
Yeah.
so, like the like stay at home moms and stuff. Like the people who like those shows are made for, they're still eating them up.
That's true.
I have an anecdote about that. My
Okay.
my grandmother, my Mimi, she's probably listening to this, so hi.
Hi, Mimi.
Aw. She a little while ago, I got a Paramount Plus like 3-month subscription, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the Mission Impossible movies, and I noticed it had Big Brother, and she loves Big Brother. So I went over to her house and I signed her in. And to this day, she'll still text me every now and then and be like, "Hey, thank you so much for my Big Brother. I watch it every day."
My mom watches the live feeds like every time I call her, what are you doing? She's like watching the live feeds. Nothing else is on. So last night I logged them to Paramount and was
Yeah.
watching the live
Yeah.
feeds. It's
People still
Yeah.
like it, you know.
It's so
just
good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's generational. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
as big.
I'll be
Yeah.
interested
Further
to
down.
see.
I'll be the one.
Yeah,
I'll be
you'll
the
carry
one.
on, Big Brother.
I love it. Well, kind of going on the same vein, but more of a fun question. if there was a competition you could go on, which one would it be?
Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh, okay.
I have thought it is my bucket list. This is not not even exclusive to the podcast, but just my general bucket list in life is to win Wheel of Fortune. I don't have any reasoning other than I think I could do it.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Period.
A game show?
Yeah. Or any competition show.
I think I'd do good at Big Brother.
Yeah?
I think so.
I feel you good.
deceitful.
You have that vibe. Yeah. You could kind of prank
I'd
them.
like be friends with everybody and then turn around and be like, they were actually talking mad crap about you. So
You are like a trusting person. Like, I feel like people would trust you.
I walk in just smiling, being so silly and goofy, and then
Cracking jokes.
stab them in the backs.
Fair enough. Anna?
I just forgot every reality TV show ever.
That's so fair.
Just any I could be on?
Yeah, just anything.
Okay. I could not realistically be on this, and it's not really a game show, but DCC making the team.
Ooh, yeah.
Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
That is so good.
It's over, right? 'Cause
I think so.
my mom.
Is it?
I think so, because my mom's been watching a different one.
I've been doing TikToks of them.
Oh gosh,
I
what's it
was like
called?
went through a phase in July of my whole feed was Dallas Cowboy
Yeah, it's like,
making
I
the
love
team.
them.
It was
the
so
two
great.
older
Love
women
them.
were always
Yes.
like pulling girls into the office
And they're
like,
so
you're done.
fabulous.
You're over.
But, okay, my
Or like
mom's
we're
been
gonna give you another
watching-
chance. I love when
Yeah.
they do that. I'm like, oh my god,
Yes.
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Like,
My mom's been watching LA Rams cheerleaders,
Ooh.
and she was texting me and my old roommate in a group chat, like telling us about it. And then she texted me separately, like,
Yeah.
I can't say this in front of Holly, but these girls are so trashy. And I was like, okay.
that's
So-
hilarious.
Did you guys ever watch the one that was after Dance Moms? And it was like Jill's other daughter, like the older daughter, was on this college dance team, and it was like
no.
It was so good. It was on Lifetime. It was
Okay.
on. It was like they were in red uniforms. I think it was like Kentucky, University of Kentucky, University. I don't know. It was right after Dance Moms. It would come on,
Okay.
and it would be like like Jill would be on like Dance Moms with her daughter, and then it would be the other older daughter with like her college team, and it's like one of the best college dance teams in the world.
Oh, that's
and
so
like
cool.
it was so good.
I really
I've
like
never
heard of
kind
it.
of going off the cheer documentary.
Yeah.
I saw a
I
little
feel
bit of
like the cheer documentary is very interesting. Actually, my old roommate, she's from Corsicana, which is where the cheer documentary is filmed. So gotta love it.
I
That's
just,
crazy.
after the whole thing with, what was his name?
Oh,
The one who
yes.
assaulted people.
The, like he was a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember
I
his
think
name.
his name was like Jerry.
But
Yes, it was
It's
Jerry.
I
Yes.
thought the way they did that on the show was they did it really well because they showed like his teammates' reactions,
Yeah.
and it was so real. Like,
yes.
because I mean, he's an awful person, but he's still
Yeah.
a person, and like these people didn't know that side of him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought they did it really well, and I think they do the show really well. Like, I
No,
really enjoy it.
it's a really interesting case because I do feel like it's labeled as a documentary, which I do see it as a documentary, but I also do kind of see it as reality TV.
think
And I
so.
think
I
it
think
might
it
be
could
in
be.
part because of like shows like the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Yeah.
It's actually fascinating
Yeah.
that you say that. For my RTF 317
I know what you're
class
saying, yep.
last semester,
Yep.
we watched DCC and
That's what we
cheer
did
and
too.
compared
Yeah.
them.
Exactly.
In my documentary and creative nonfiction class, we were still
Ooh.
having that debate of like
Yeah.
what's reality and what's documentary, and like where's like
Yeah.
the line drawn, because like some people think like documentary is like this high class like art of like film,
True.
and then you look at reality and it's like, well, this is like trash.
Yeah.
Then you have to kind of keep in mind like what is
Yeah.
the point of documentary, and like it's nonfiction storytelling, which is what reality television is.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
in my opinion, reality television is important and it's high class, society film.
Hey, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, totally. All right. Another fun question to throw out there is, who do you wish had a reality TV show?
Brittany Broski.
I was gonna say Brittany. Yep.
Really?
I think she could do something like not
Yeah.
just like a not like, I think it would have to be like an unscripted something, like a follow me do something,
Yeah.
or like a ghost adventure show with her mom, because her mom does ghost
Ooh.
hunting. That would be super cool. But
I feel like also, this is so random, but I feel like Brittany would be a great game show host. Like, I think she'd be hilarious at a competition show. Like, I can imagine her being on Survivor and being, like, the one, like, directing, like, what's that thing they do when they're, like, at the end, you know, tribal council.
Yeah. Yes.
When they, like, vote them out, being like, all right, it's time to take the votes. Or something like
Okay,
that.
I could see her.
I could see her
and
doing
she'd
that.
add some humor to it. For
Right?
sure.
Right?
or imagine
Yeah.
like a One Direction like documentary
Yeah.
round 2, but it's like follow each of their own like lives.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Well, if any executives are listening to this,
We got
this is
some
what we
good
want.
ideas.
This is what we
Yeah.
want.
You got
What about
anything?
you?
Ooh, I don't know. That is tough. I feel like there's a lot of people I know that could do reality, but
Yeah.
I don't know. In my head, I'm thinking like hosting like dating shows.
Okay.
And I'm not sure. Actually, this maybe going off. I would like to see more comedians do game show or do dating show
Yeah.
hosting. I watched one of a smaller show that came out on HBO a couple years ago, F-Boy Island.
Yes.
Okay.
And Nikki Glazer was the host for that one. And I think she's a pretty funny comedian. And I think that helped salvage the show a little bit
Okay.
from the otherwise kind of a dumpster
Yeah.
fire that it was.
Do you guys remember when Liza Koshy was on like every single reality show ever?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not her.
I loved her growing up.
Yeah, me
I did too. I
Those
did
faces
too.
were everything to me. They meant everything to me.
Yeah. Okay, this is such a UT answer, but Matthew McConaughey. I mean,
Ooh,
I
yes.
think he would be a great host on anything, just his voice.
Yeah.
And then also, I just want to know what he does in his free time.
Yeah.
Like, when he's not at a UT football game or
Yeah.
with his kids, like, what's he doing?
Writing a book as of right now. He just
Okay.
released
Another
it.
one.
I just
Okay.
went to his
Children
book
book.
tour
Oh.
and got a picture with him at Book People. He released
I
like
know,
a children's
like last
book.
weekend, like 2
Yeah.
weekends ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I know.
Yeah, it was before the Alabama game because he,
Fun.
my roommate asked him like, "Why aren't you in Tuscaloosa?" And he was like, "I'm flying out right after this." And I was like, "I love you."
What a crazy
Sorry,
man.
that was
Oh my
a little
gosh.
bit of a tangent, but like,
Hey, no,
love
that's
him.
it. Like, I really think that Matthew would, like, he'd slay at that. Also,
Yeah.
it's so funny. I love, like, trying to be Matthew, like, give, like, the advice like him. But he really does have, like, all this wisdom. Like, I feel like that'd be hilarious to capture on reality TV.
Yeah.
But I think that was my last question, guys. So, anything else you guys want to share with our reality fans?
Let your reality freak flag fly.
I think with that, we're going to call it.
So true.
So true. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining the Sneak Peek podcast. And make sure to check us out. Bye.
Bye.